Just doing some more, uh, whoops, did I, like, break this thing? Come on, go back on. There we go. I'm not sure why it decided it doesn't want to tilt the way I like it. Sorry about this. You turn something one way, and it wants to stay that. There we go. Much better. So, today we're gonna. Hello, Priya Mason. What's up? Good to see you. Today we're gonna continue with kind of trying a few things out for monotypes, and really should get some photo reference ready before I, stream sometimes. But a lot of the stuff is like I only have so much time, and you got to do what you got to do. So I want to try two different things. Some people had said that using like chalk pastels and stuff would work. You were thinking of me. Well, how sweet. Thank you. Let's see. Video. Let's trying to see just trying to see if I can see this video on my laptop real quick, and that way I can see the chat a little bit better. And Teresa, what's up, Teresa? Good to see you here. Thanks for coming by. We haven't chatted in a while. Let's see. Yeah, I remember I used to do these early bird the early bird art casts, and I'd have Teresa on a lot. Miss those days. Who knows? Maybe I'll end up starting to do some stuff like that again. I mean, that's kind of what I've been doing this week, without calling it that. Is the basically early bird art casts. See, like, I'm trying to see if I have like some photo reference just like on my. Yeah, I do. For just various projects. Kind of want something with some darks, nice contrast. I could do this one. All right. So, speaking about darks, I don't know, maybe I'll just use like literally black, because just to see how it works. So, I don't want to get like too, maybe I'll even almost do like a contour drawing or something. Like I don't want to like get too I guess invested, because this is, the point of this is to test out jelly plates, printing and stuff with the kind of chalk. So this is like Bismarcky. Some of the younger folk, if you're younger, you probably don't know who Bismarcky is. Heck, he's a little bit early for my time, almost, to some degree. Not really, but when I really started getting into rap, he had already been like, he was just kind of seemed a little old school. But I still always liked his energy. Thought he was like fun, and I bet his shows are like amazing. He's a legend, Actually, is he still alive? You know, so many people pass, and I don't know, like you kind of forget who did and stuff, but I feel like maybe he passed and I can't remember. Um, which is unfortunate. Yeah, I think he did pass. Um, unfortunately. All right. So, but like he got, well, he was already like famous, of course, like in hip hop, but he got famous like in the like worldwide. He had that song, you you got what I need. And you say we're just a friend, something like that. You say we're just a friend. Oh baby, you. So it's like it was like, but he, you know, I think it was like he kind of got to some degree infamous because, you know, he wasn't what you would call like a sophisticatedly good singer. He just, you know, he was a rapper just kind of singing, you know. So, trying to, this is again, this is not going to be a good drawing of him. I'm literally just trying to kind of get something down that's not just nothing and boring, you know? He's kind of making a screwy, silly face as usual. Like that's his MO. But he's just like he's a serious, you know, artist. He just kind of goes a little more on the comedy side of stuff and the fun like party side. And yeah. Mm-mm. Try to emphasize some of the shadow. Let's see. And I don't know if like I should press down. Like I don't know how good this is gonna kind of come out as far as like he's got like all these like gold chains. Just want to kind of do the impression of them. Not trying to get into detail. Oh, nice. This is like once you get that song in your head. And you know, like the original song he got that from, like the sample and all that, like they kind of do the way they sing in that actually doesn't sound that far from the way he sang it. It's very similar, and I never like heard that song until like a long like you know, maybe a year ago, the actual original song. But see, I don't know if these like little um tonal kind of rubbing stuff, but man, chalk pastel, I don't know why I don't use it. Actually, I think Teresa, we were talking one time, and and I remember you talking about you don't like certain kind of techniques, maybe like this one, where it's like kind of messy and stuff. I get it. I'm not, but I don't mind. Like I kind of like getting messy. I'd I'd be perfectly happy to like play in the mud with my kid or something. But hey, everybody's like kind of slightly different. So yeah, messy mediums. Yeah, I don't know if this shading type stuff is gonna do much, but it's there. It's there. I'm gonna try to put a little bit of slight impressional definition in here. just to give it that. It'd be interesting if this does transfer good. Maybe I could use like I have this paint marker, like a gold shimmery paint marker. It might be kind of fun to try that. So we'll leave this at that. Look, it's very messy. I see there's a lot of comments. I got to check the comments. Um, and I need to drink some coffee. I've made the coffee and I didn't even, drink it. Coffee would actually be good on this. See if that transfers. Ah, yes, just what I needed. So that's a not so great drawing of Bismarcky, but at the same time, it's an enjoyable drawing, right? I think. So I'm going to put that to the side. And then I'm going to get the jelly plate in a minute, but let's just see, because I want to use like paint markers. But I'm also curious to see, well, actually, maybe that doesn't make sense. I'm trying to think. Because usually I'm trying to think of, well, I could try it as like a resist. So let's just, I got these paint markers in the mail yesterday. It was like from TikTok. Like if you're on TikTok at all, like, and you're an artist, then you know, they're always trying to advertise, different art supplies, but these are like super cheap. And it was like a pack of 60 brush tip paint markers. And I don't know, this is like some weird alien creature. Let's put like little these things in there. Um, so I'm just gonna use this as another possible resist, and now I'm gonna put the gel plate down because I was gonna like actually just draw straight up on the gel plate. So I am going to do that, but I'm also gonna try to deal with this mess. So there we go. What was I saying before? I was talking about, oh yeah, so they're always selling like a crazy discount. So I got like 60 markers for like, I think it was like $13, $14 or something. And I think the shipping was free too. It's crazy. So yeah, let's check out the chat real quick. I just want to, all right, we got Teresa's talking about, yeah, it was a fun time doing the early bird. Is not so early for me, but I'm glad you're getting back to drawing before work. Yeah, I've been doing like my art and stuff and music before work. I got back in, you're right, I wasn't doing it for a while. But I got back into it and I've been on that path for maybe 6 months now at this point. So I'm back in that, luckily. Dead Ringer, what's up? Says I was about to look up zines for the first time in almost 2 years, and then your notification popped up. I was like, just the guy I was looking for. Last time I was here, it was Marsh Makes Comics. Yeah, it was Marsh Makes Comics. I'm still working on comics. It's so I did a video a few days ago where I kind of talked about like what I'm up to and stuff, and you could check that out for more detail. But basically, I changed my name here to Marsh Lee because I just want my name there, and I don't want to be too boxed in. Like, oh, you have to make comic content, Um, but the moment I did that is the moment I got like super excited about like multiple new comic ideas. And I've gone down the road of doing a lot of research for them. And they're actually going to be stories from the Bible. Some of them, not, I have other ideas that aren't that, but they're like not the common stories from the Bible that people typically talk about. So it's going to be interesting. And the research has been really fun and interesting so far. Priya says, wait, what rapper are you talking about? I could show you Bismarcky. This is the picture I was drawing from. Um, and I think there's another picture I had of him here too. Here's another picture of him. So yeah. um. So yeah, I don't know. Look him up. It's Bizmarkie. I think. uh. Yeah, okay. Priya Mason said, yeah, he's passed. Maybe I have complained in the past about charcoal because it gets in your nose and you blow your nose and it's not pretty. Eek, yeah, that wouldn't be great. It's weird, like the chat, like it kind of cuts off like the bottom of my. Let me reduce the size of my screen. It's like cutting off kind of the bottom of the chat for me on my screen, which is annoying. I don't know why it's doing that. But let's see. Yanimal, what came out good for a first? Oh, that came out for a good first sketch of the day. What's up, Yanimal? I hope you're doing well, man. Last I heard you were in the Philippines. That was a long time ago. I don't know if you still are, but yeah. Well, I don't know if I should say that, but I think that was public stuff you put out about that. Um, Priya says, if I had my way, I'd be experimenting in different types of areas in the arts, and if it wasn't expensive and I wouldn't be disabled. Yeah, well, I mean, like you can use everyday objects around you too. I happen to have been gifted so much. Like these charcoals I'm using, I have this whole set right here, gifted to me. These I bought, but then I have like these things gifted to me. Like people, I've just been lucky. Like with people giving me art supplies. My mom, I had a guy at work who I worked with, and obviously, and he he used to work at an art like supply place, and he just had like way too much art supplies, and he was moving, so he just gave me like tons of stuff. Um, Dede Willingham has gifted me art supplies in the past. It's crazy. Like I've been lucky, but I mean, literally, like my favorite tool to use is just a ballpoint pen. Like I probably use that more than anything as an art supply, and obviously pencils and stuff. So, yeah, whatever you got nearby, like you can make art with. And I'm sorry to hear, you're disabled as well. So obviously that can be limiting. Um, I just recently, I wouldn't call myself disabled, but I just recently, like within the last year, have started losing some of my near sight vision. Like it's gotten blurry. So I actually had to get, I've had perfect eyesight my whole life, but I actually had to get prescriptions. Now, the only thing with this is I'm a little bit afraid. I think you're meant to um, do this like without even putting down like a medium, like a paint or anything. So I'm gonna try that. I think it comes. I'm pretty sure I actually have done this before, but it's been a while. So it's been a while. Do, do. Is that I was listening to that. I think it's that group. I don't. Yeah, it was that group, and I can't remember what the name of that group is, but I like their music. It's not typical music I listen to. Obviously, like Bismarcky, favorite hip music is hip hop. Listen to all kinds of stuff. Hopefully, that'll do the trick. And I can do another test if this doesn't work to at least just like um, see if it works with a paint medium. Ooh. Not only is it coming up, it's actually preserving the original drawing pretty well, which is crazy. It's possible that I could get a second either like a second printing, or at least I have the original drawing, so it's like, you know, if I wanted to like sell this, I could actually sell the original drawing still, you know, or like have two versions of it. So yeah, that's interesting. It is smudgy, if you know, and it's not something like a medium that has to dry, so it'll be, see now, well, I can always do a test if this doesn't work out. I wonder if I could actually draw like directly on the plate. I probably could, but like I don't know. That's another test I could do. So, but what I kind of want to do with this is do put some paint over it and see what that does. So I have another brayer that's smaller. Here we go. I have like, look at these sprayers. I have a problem. I buy too many art supplies, and you know, luckily for me, I it's not like I'm definitely not rich, but I have enough money to splurge more often than I probably should. Um, so you know, everybody's in a different situation, and I hope the best for, you know, you, Priya, and anyone out there, you know, for sure. So should I make the eyes? Let's make the eyes white. Or, well, I don't have like a ready cream color, but I have white here, so, because direct white isn't always the greatest, but let's just make the eyes white. Doo-doo-doo. This is going to be messy painting, by the way. Like, don't expect this to be like, I mean, obviously, like the drawing isn't even like super. I mean, it's kind of cool. It's expressive. I like rough stuff like that. I mean, if you're using charcoal, oh, I should have made sure I let that dry. I do have the dryer here, so it's gonna be a little bit loud for a minute. One thing about like, so I'm live streaming. I've talked about this before, but I'm like live streaming on the actual YouTube app, and it's it's turning out to be kind of good. But the thing is after you're done with the video, it might take the whole day before it like actually shows up like as excuse me, as a regular video. Not a live stream, which is a little frustrating, but I guess it doesn't matter that much. So sorry, they're gonna have loud noise here for a second. I just wanted to get that those eyes, you know, good and dry, because I'm gonna paint over it. Everything else I should, well, I might have to do it again, but let's see. So I was gonna use not this color yet. I want to use like I want to do just like some funky colors. So yeah, we'll just do this. Oh wow, that was way too much. Definitely want to take some of that up. Yeah. And if I need it, it's over here on the palette. And I just want to do like the outside. Again, like kind of in a messy way. I'll get back to the chat in a second. Again, thank you guys for hanging out with me. The last two times, the first time I did this earlier this week, I was like, why isn't it working? I couldn't figure it out. And I tried it and I was like, oh, I was doing it on, I have like a music YouTube channel. It's literally called Marsh Makes Music. And it's mostly weird bleepy bloopy sounds from my modular gear. So it's, if you're interested, you could check it out. But like, just know that it's gonna be weird experimental stuff a lot of times. Sometimes I do a little like slightly normal music. um, yeah, I guess that'll be that layer. I should brayer off somewhere. And then I want to do this blue color, I guess. Or should I do this color? I want to use this color. It's a little more contrasty. I'll put it right on the nose. And maybe I'll just do the whole thing with this. Then I'd have to dry that other layer though. So that's okay. Let me just be loud again for a minute. It's already pretty dry. It's already pretty dry. So I think it'll work out. I'm just gonna do the interior portion first, I guess. That way it'll even have a little bit more time to dry. But it's like a thin layer anyways, so yeah, we'll put all the thickest parts here and then go over the whole thing so that I can pull the print. And that should be good. You have to think in reverse too when you're doing this, because actually, one thing I didn't think of is I'm gonna have to let this sit for, I should let it sit for at least a few minutes. So we'll see how that all, excuse me, pans out. I can check the chat though. That'll give me a chance to check the chat and the time. I didn't really give myself a lot of time to work this morning. All right. Da 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 da. All right. Should I? Maybe I'll throw some books on it too. I got these cool old books, A Day in the Life of Israel, but I have like Japan and what else do I have? I have like three or four of them. And they're just like really great photography books. I found them like one at Goodwill and stuff. And then I started just buying them online, but they're huge and they got some good photography on them. So, good for reference or collage or whatever. I bought some really cool hip hop photography books too. All right, so let's check the chat. I wish I could just pop the chat out. It probably is a way, but let's see. Can't. That came out good. Okay. People saying hi. Yes, Bismarcky passed from complicated diabetes. That sucks. Still in Manila, working an office job at European hours and working on a game. Oh, cool. That's awesome, man. I'd love to see. Are you posting anywhere about like the game or anything? I remember you also had a background in working on that a little bit. Even when you were doing the comics, you were talking about that once in a while. And yeah, man, that's pretty cool. Punching in, have a good stream. Okay, cool. Punching in. Oh, punching in for work. Gotcha. And then I got Priya says, thank you, friend. Oh, by the way, I remember when you said you wanted to make a character into a toy, and I was telling you about the plush toy company that does that called Budsies. Yeah, I remember that too. And I still would be interested in doing that. I just haven't, pursued it. But I think it's an awesome idea. My problem is I just never actually got to finishing a lot of the comic ideas I wanted to do. So, and now the comic ideas that I'm most focused on at the moment, I don't know if I would make plushies of Bible characters, but I don't know, I guess it's not, the that would be kind of funny actually. Because one of the Bible characters I'm going to be doing is Samson, which goes perfectly along with Donkey Jaw Project, which, I mentioned this on the other stream, but my website is donkeyjawproject.com, not projects anymore. But anyways, Samson is the jawbone thing. That's where I get the donkey jaw thing. So it'd be kind of funny to do a plushie of Samson with a a bloody donkey jaw. That'd be crazy. And then I'm doing I'm gonna do a story about Nebuchadnezzar, which is not even a person technically of faith. He's the king of Babylon, but there's a reason why. Again, I talked about it in my other stream. And then what was the other one? I'm doing Enoch, and then and Lot, also not a super, I'm doing it's kind of the villains in some ways of the Bible, which is crazy. But there's a purpose. There's an interesting idea going on there. Ooh, I could drink some more coffee too. When I get into the art, I totally forget to drink my coffee. All right, so it's getting close to time for me to get going. So hopefully this little test worked. And then I could maybe do another quick couple tests that are just not as illustrative. And then I got to get going. So let's pull this and hopefully it works. The great reveal. It looks like it's kind of working. Kind of. That's kind of cool. Because I can go in and put the eyes in. I could go back in. It's that's a ghost part. And then I could go and touch up on details. I don't know what happened to my charcoal that I was using, but where did it go? That's the problem with these little tiny charcoal pieces, is they're tiny, and I was using the black one, so it blends in with part of my background and stuff. And there's still a ghost print there. So let's see. Let's lay this over and see if it works as a resist. Because I definitely have to do some of this quickly. Hopefully, I should have used what I already had. Maybe I'll still use that. But yeah, Priya, if you're on, I don't know if what your situation is, but like I said, on TikTok, I bought a full set of 60 paint markers, and they have these sales all the time. They're always doing these promotions. and it came quick, and it was all I think it was only like $15. Like if you wanted to get like paint markers, or they have like deals on I think like alcohol, and they're pretty good quality. I mean, they might not be like the super name brand quality, like Posca, but like I've bought stuff on there for like $10 too. Like it's crazy how cheap. Like if you do have some money and a little bit of a budget, even just a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. There's some pretty good deals on TikTok, I've noticed. You just scroll and it comes up in your feed. If you're like looking for art stuff, I should have brayered this off too real quick. See if I have a page I can do that with. I cannot keep my studio like area clean ever. Like I just suck at that. All right, hopefully this should pull off some stuff quickly. I might have to actually like wash my plate, but this is all, yeah, that's kind of cool. There's like a little bit of a ghost left of the drawing. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of silly. So we'll do one more pull by using some paint markers. I already know this kind of works, but I'm just gonna like quickly like outline some things. Now I'm not even trying to like make it look like Mr. Biz. Exactly. I'm just kind of trying to try stuff out. Nobody beats the Biz. Now I'm gonna have that in my head. His music. It's hard to draw. That's the problem though. Like with drawing on gel plate is the surface is like it kind of resists. So like you're probably I mean you could get good at it, probably. I'm literally just trying to get a few colors going. So it's not like super easy. If I was like not rushing to, I could try to do a little bit better job. I was watching this Instagram reel earlier, and this girl was talking about like different color combinations that are cool. And some of them like you wouldn't think are cool. Like she was talking about like red, white, and blue, like how like, obviously it's been used in so many flags and this and that. But if you use it in certain ways, it doesn't actually look as flaggy. And maybe I'll just leave it like that, and then I'll use like a color, and it can look good. And I was thinking like, so I have like orange and green, but like Halloween and Christmas colors, like if you use them a certain way, they look too Halloweeny or too Christmassy. But if you use them like another way, they don't look like, there's different ways you can use them and they actually don't look bad. Sorry, I don't know if I warned you guys last time, but yeah. And then I'll just put a color over this that's not this color. Well, we didn't use this color yet, but it's not probably contrasty enough to the green there, but we'll give it a shot. Let's try to put the right amount. Hopefully that's not too much. All right, this is going to be the last pull of the day. Yeah, it's like a little bit too much. Although, when you're pulling prints like this, it's actually, you want to use a thin layer, like if you're doing magazine transfers, which I don't do a lot of lately because it's so hit or miss. But with more illustrative techniques, I think you can have it be a little bit thicker of a paint layer. But I'm still going to go thin because I want to be able to pull this like right away, which really, this is going to be one where I really probably should let it sit. There's all kinds of, so many different techniques and stuff. That's even probably too thick, but I'm going to pull it anyways. And oh, Yanimo said that he's still doing his YouTube channel sometimes. I'll have to go check that out. It's been a while since I've checked most people's YouTube channels, really, like when it comes to comics. So it's probably why I haven't been making comics as much, because you kind of get inspired by what you're taking in, I think, a lot of times, right? So I just got so distracted with music and stuff. I love messing around in that realm. Yeah, let me just let it sit for a little bit, even though I gotta get going here. And then I'll check the comments real quick. Yeah. Open up your live stream on a separate screen for the chat. Yeah, I think that's what I'm kind of doing, but I don't know. I'm still posting on the animal. Very spooky. Nice. Thanks, Teresa. So, I don't want to wait too long. Let me do a time check again. I gotta remember to turn my iPad off, because even when I have my iPad turned off, it still sucks the energy out. It's so stupid. Like, I can't keep my iPad like charged for the life of me. I have to just always have it plugged in. Pretty annoying. I'll clean up my brayer while I'm here. Trying to think of little things I can do in the last couple minutes just to give this a little bit more time before I pull it. So I'm pretty happy actually with like the results today. I think these are usable mediums. The point of this is so that I can, try to work on some more finished illustration stuff with jelly plate and stuff. So this one, we got the chalk pastels, and it worked well. I probably will go in and play around a little bit and make this a little bit more refined. I don't want to go too crazy though. Like, I want the gel plate printness of it to come through, but I like it. And then this one kind of got that ghost print. The resist thing, I was thinking of if this could do, it didn't really do that, I don't think, but that's okay. And now we're gonna see how this, and the other thing that's the real takeaway that I didn't expect is that this still is usable after pulling the print, which is crazy. And it would be interesting to test and see if I could get another print with something like this. So yeah, chalk pastels are a great tool to use. Um, all right, so let's pull this bad boy, and then I got to get going. Oh, okay, it's pulling. It's also leaving a lot on there, but it's pulling. Yeah, it's leaving a ghost print, which is always fun. But it's pulling like even quickly. It pulled all that stuff, so that's the result of that, and I like it. This is kind of like a cool like pop art, like graffiti or something. I don't know. There's probably other words for it. And yeah, cool. I'm happy. I'm happy with these results. They're better than some of the results I've been dealing with before. So I'll just leave this plate like this for now and clean it up probably tomorrow. And anyways, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. I got to get going to worky work, and hope you have a beautiful day today. And we'll talk on the next thingy that I do. How do I stop it? Oh, here we go.